This place I'm in makes me feel numb. I just want to find someone. Feeling lost and out of place. Empty eyes look upon my face. Nowhere to go, nowhere to run. I just want to find someone to take me home, 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 take me home. Take me take me wish that I could belong. I've been searching for so long. This place I'm in makes me feel numb. I just want to find someone. Feeling lost and out of place. Empty eyes look upon my face. Nowhere to go, nowhere to run. I just want to find someone to take me home, 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 take me take me take me
All right. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Wherever you are, this is O's World Cup 2018's final stage, I believe. Wow, we're already here, and it's quite a show all the way through. Hello, everyone, and I'm joined by OMG Force. How are you doing, Force?
Hello, I'm doing just fine. So it's for us, it's at least in the morning, and for Germany as well. And I think you're more on the side of Japan, where it's like really late. We'll see. But there's gonna be a lot of matches today, and
Yeah. Japan is playing
exciting.
around 7 p.m. right now. I think 7 p.m. Yeah, so they're not awfully late, but definitely like they're later. So let's hope the food coma is not a thing for the Japanese players and they're adequately prepared for this match, because this is a rematch actually for us. I gotta point that out.
Yeah, it is a rematch, just like the other side of the losers brackets. We had two rematches. We had the um, Canada versus Russia matchup, and this time around we do have the rematch of Germany versus Japan. Funny story. Russia versus Canada, when they met in a winners bracket, Canada actually won and proceeded to the winners bracket.
Yeah.
This is another one of those winner brackets matchups. You can see on the first vertical line, Japan versus Germany. Japan won 6-3. So that was a pretty good performance by Japan. Germany didn't see too many maps. They were not looking too consistent in that specific match. But Japan also played on the easier pool and just had a massively disgusting performance for that stage. But Germany has definitely been showing a lot more prowess and just being comfortable on those harder maps between the last stage they met and this stage. We'll see if they haven't reached their limit yet, but it's definitely going to be interesting to see the rematch dynamic like we saw in the Canada vs Russia match, where Russia just showed they're so much better in terms of just mechanical skill and overall roster that they were able to sneak out the win.
Yeah, like both teams coming around here the second time. It's kind of like a little bit fated encounter if you want to put it that way. But then again, in terms of O's World Cup, there is no fate. There's only skills and performance. That's basically all there is. Just gotta get the consistency and the FC for your team. So for this time around, like you said, a much harder pool. In fact, 3 map pools apart actually since the last match. So Germany, they kind of have some issues with early map pool consistency, but climbing all the way now, they should be prepared and handle this map pool with their expected strength, which is to say, their time to shine for later, the end game is now. And as we do see now that in the room, the players are ready. We have the Germans on the left side and Japanese players on the right side. So yeah, we'll be getting to the warm-ups first, and then the roles, and then to the official match itself. So, something about the warm-ups. Would you like to enlighten us about the Germany's warm-up pick?
I've actually been talking to Dustin a little bit yesterday, just to get his like input and stuff and how he feels about this. And we were talking, and I said pretty much the only consistency or the only non-variable, the only constant I see from Team Germany is some warm-ups, some of the banger warm-ups they keep on picking. Last year it was vv347019935, which was also a pretty cool warm-up. This time around they're gonna go with just another German rap song. This time around it's gonna be Kontrollieren. I mean, it is what it is. This map is actually playable, you know? It's one of those maps where you think about, you know, the German mapper scene or something like the Polish mapper scene, but this one is actually kind of playable.
Kind of playable. I suppose that's the biggest differentiator between German and Polish meme songs. And even that, as we do see right off the bat, the patterns are quite intense actually. This is not just a meme map. I can see this is being an actual warm-up map pick. The players can definitely get their chance to actually warm up to these patterns and sharpen their reading consistency for the day. Like if they're still sleepy or just finished a meal, they can use this chance to actually get woken up and get ready for the match itself. Because we do have a very, very hard pool this week.
Yeah, this map itself is just pretty much picked for the warm-up. It's also a decentish warm-up, I mean 7.2 stars. Definitely a bit harder and a specific niche skill set compared to the rest. 132 BPM, which is the half BPM. In essence it's 264, so pretty high BPM, but just single taps or like alternate pedals if you really want to play it that way.
Yeah, I mean, for these players, it's probably not that hard, to be honest. Like, if you've made it to the final stage of the O's World Cup, you are definitely not a slouch, and you can handle maps like this, definitely.
I you could definitely handle it, you could play it, but how well you handle it really depends on your skill set as a player and how well you do. And if you can handle this map, that's exactly the type of player you need. Because this is, I think, definitely more of a Grandfinals map level, if you just look at the difficulty and what it tries to entail. And you see Duster's just performing really well. The entirety of Japan is kind of alright throughout the entire team.
Blue Sky rating their 187 in smoke. I'm not quite sure what he meant by that. Maybe it's insider reference. Someone can enlighten me. I don't know, but yeah, like you said, Dusta is definitely showing that he's got a pretty good combo and accuracy going on for this map, which is very impressive. Because even though this is just a warm-up map, still the difficulty is definitely there, and it's, you can kind of call it a flex, I suppose.
Well, yeah, that's not too many difficult German rap song warm-ups. So this is pretty much the best thing they can do. But yeah, it's definitely Duster's in his habitat, his natural habitat.
I mean, he himself is also a very good aim player, so like this kind of like jumps, I believe is like well within his comfort range.
Yeah, usually when you think of Duster, some people might think of his old times where he just played a lot of DT. But he actually enjoys a lot of technical maps, just spicy streams in general, and aim maps. Like, he also enjoys pretty much the entire aspect, of just the entire palette of food O's is really serving him here.
Right, and so with with the German flags out of the way, we have now the Japanese flags come stage. It seems like we're actually going for a double time for this next map. It's gonna be Legends Never Die on double time.
Alright, I don't really know this map, I believe.
I know the song, but the map. Well, I'm kind of like guessing what the map's gonna look like based on my memory of the song. So I am as maybe a little bit, you know, aware of what the sound map may look like. I think it's gonna be a little bit spicy, especially considering the build up towards the choruses. You'll see when we get there. I'm only assuming that the Japanese players are having something special stored for us.
I mean, it's played on the T. There's gotta be something behind it. I remember one Legends Never Die map set. No,
Yeah,
actually, it
I
wasn't
think-
Legends Never Die. It was a newer one from this year's Worlds. I don't know this map, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think I know much from Calibrate the map, so definitely not this one.
But it is what the Japanese players decided to pick, and it is what we're gonna see. And it's on DT.
Yeah, maybe the Japanese players are sending a message. You know, we are after all the 2014 OWC champion, and how many OWC champions does Germany have? That's right, I don't think so. So, you know, we are still a Legends, and Legends will never die. Not to you guys.
Alright. The German team has a few issues when it comes to getting one player connected. Bancho isn't really starting a connection.
Ah, okay. So just so for Twitch chat, Forrest will be our in-house German translator for the day because
Yeah.
he's Austrian and I'm Chinese Canadian. So obviously he's much better suited for the job than I could ever be.
Yeah, well, the Chinese team is out, so unfortunately you can't really translate anything. Maybe
I know,
something from the
right?
Japanese team if they really wanna type something. They don't. They just
Maybe.
don't.
Yeah, my Japanese is still on a very beginner level, so we'll see about that.
Alright, I actually
Remember-
found
The
Kagami's.
son of Forge.
Hmm?
Or the-
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ah, seems like there were some like player switches.
Player was to be switched out, and who was missing then? So things got changed.
Mhm.
But yeah, I actually found Kagami's way to spell browser pretty interesting. He didn't spell it the normal way. Well, the right way in that case.
We notice these things like ever so subtly, and then when we do, it's like, oh my god.
Alright, so let's get surprised about this map, I believe. I'm not sure if this is ranked or not, probably.
I do not know, but I'm gonna assume no, because like I think the way the stream works is that see how like the bottom bar, the preview bar, doesn't show like the segment of the map background as it's supposed to. I think that's like the way of saying, you know, whether a map is ranked. I think it's an unranked set. Well, someone could, you know, check.
Oh yeah, right. There's a few little things introduced, yeah. But for now, it looks kind of standard, I guess.
Yeah, the build-up actually is not as strong as I was expecting. I was expecting more jumps, but I guess like the way the mapper chose to handle this is actually quite calm in comparison. And actually, for this Japanese warm-up pick, the Germans are taking the lead here. You'd assume that, you know, for your own pick, you have played it and you have much more, you're much more aware of how the map goes to play it. But I guess for the German players, they're just going to take it over from Japan.
I mean, it's just a warm-up, and yeah. I see where you're coming from. Looking at it, Germany probably does not know this map and is mostly side-reading it. In that case...
Which actually makes it more impressive, because like, look at Dust Ties go. Like, he is still holding the full combo with 90+%. That's a higher percent than 3 of the Japanese play.
But you can't forget, well, there's also Vavelian, but you can't forget that the Japanese side might have just picked some map, and maybe just the captain picked the map and then send it to us to, you know, prepare it for the warm-up, and that's it. Maybe some people just don't really talk about the warm-ups, and it's just like, whatever, just pick whatever, and that's the way this might go. On the Germans' warm-ups pick, I definitely see everyone being able, or having played the map just because of the meme factor and just sharing this.
I would be surprised.
Sides, I don't think Legends Never Die is an iconic Japanese song, let's be honest.
That's true. You assume like with every other team basically, you know, trying to put up the meme anime song into the mix, and then Japan is the only puts up like an English song. The only country we do not expect that to come from.
To be fair, we are missing a bit of just generic anime openings in this pool.
Yeah, that is very true actually. This is the least anime content we got for this OWC so far. We have some Japanese songs in there, yes, but I mean, anime-wise, it's the least weeble again this OWC.
Alright, roles are coming in. Japan is gonna ban first. They're gonna go for Spider Dance, and the German side is gonna ban Broken Moon.
Ah.
I like the ban of Broken Moon from the German side, mostly because Japan has a lot of old players they can use for those approach date hints.
Yeah, and Japan, opting Japan hidden actually as well is a little bit surprising to me actually. I would assume they would go for a little bit more techie ones.
Wait a sec. So they banned Broken Moon, I understand, because they don't have a solid form and roster on that approach date hidden pretty much.
Right, that's Germany.
Yeah, and then they picked Nanotsu.
Yeah, which is a little bit questionable. Maybe because the players feel better on this map. Like you get what I'm saying, right? When you play a genre of maps that you are not really good at, but somehow like this one map clicks with you. Like out of all the other maps that you're not good with. Maybe it's like that.
Nanotsu is like approach at 8.2. It also is a lot lower BPM, and the density of a map is pretty much given by 2 factors. That's the BPM, the speed of the map, and the approach rate. And the approach at 8 hidden is actually just an approach at 8.7 hidden, but with 250 BPM, it has the density of pretty much a lower map, but a way lower approach rate map. And this one I feel has a little bit of a less density, but more complex patterns. But the important part is its free mod. And I think that's pretty much the reason why they picked it, because, I mean, Dusters could just hardwork it, and then Hello Watch is gonna hit it.
Yeah, that has World Hard Rock FC, like, maps you are going, like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, Japan is probably going 2 times hidden, I believe.
The players are wasting no time going right into this map. We don't have anime songs.
Never mind, it's everyone.
You have anime girl backgrounds. that's that's a close equal, so I guess I'll take that.
Yeah, Hello Watcher didn't definitely show this prowess on approach date in general. So he'll be fine on Nomad 100%. If Kagami feels like he's better on Hard Rock, which he got an early miss already, which shouldn't, he's got an early miss. Alright, I'm gonna stop talking about Kagami. Let's look at the Japanese side.
Wow, definitely not biased. But yeah, Japanese players actually handle this fairly well, with the exception that Saka Kome just missed. There, Andrew Arrow and Rebellion on Hard Rock, Kagami and Dust Ice on the other side with Hard Rock. This is definitely a Hard Rock favored map, given that the players are choosing this mod over Hidden. I suppose that lower AR Hidden really is the big sixes for most of these players. And they'd much rather go for the other Poison, which is higher circle size rating.
I understand Germany not picking too much Hidden here because they just are not a low approacher team.
Indeed. And so far it's working out for Japanese players, and this is turning out to be a little bit of a close encounter.
I like that one, everyone. Please keep talking about the Japanese side.
Okay, wow, please. Yeah, Rebellion has missed, unfortunately, before that mid point. This actually could be big, like we did note for the German players. Look at Dust Ice, who's doing the double S with Hollow Watcher. Do you know that Dust Ice is playing Hard Rock, making it arguably a more impressive double S? Although I will say that, well, then again, Hollow Watcher did break his double S. Oh, and there's a combo break from Angel Arrow, meaning that the Germans will take over the lead as we have 2 full combos to 1. Nola is still holding on for his team, but Dust Ice holding the double S still. I'm just looking at the double S and going, oh please.
Oh, that's not a double S anymore.
Yeah, the one of the S just suddenly broke off and choked and died. But,
that's a slider break by Hello Watcher, another break. Sure, like a Komi and Dallas are gonna keep their C going, and that's just 170,000 points.
You're not even trying to hide it, Force. Your effort is so blatant.
Oh my god, that's so unfortunate by sure like Komi and Dallas.
Wow. But yeah, definitely, like the players, you can't really blame them. This is a pretty hard map, like especially when it's so long like this. Yeah.
Alright.
And he fails, I think, yeah, German will take this one, 500,000 points very convincingly. With a full combo coming from Dust Ice.
Beautiful FC by Dust Ice. 7-100, so he got a few more 100s at the end, but in essence, it's a good score, right? It's a Hard Rock FC, it's the only FC.
Yeah.
It's 1 million points.
I mean, like, for free mod maps, you'd assume teams to go with, have 2 players on mods and the 2 more consistent players go for the safer no mod pick. But in this case, we actually have a Hard Rock FC. The modded player gets the FC, where everyone else on the board has missed. That's quite impressive, and he did do his team a huge favor. That 500,000 points, at least 80% of which comes from Dust Ice.
So the Japanese players do have to respond. And looking at the German roster,
Wait, since the next team to pick Germany. Oh, wait, okay.
Germany picked this one, right? That's why I was a bit flustered, because they banned Broken Moon, but then it went Nanatsu. It's mostly because they don't have a solid form and lineup on a low approach rate, so they went Nanatsu, got 2 people on Hard Rock, and then the other 2 people who are decent on low approach rate, good enough.
Yeah, I think it was just Bancho not recognizing the turn of the pick, but we got it fixed.
Right, I just checked the chat, because I just looked at Dust Ice saying Fremo 2, and I'm like, oh, Fremo 2, Well, but no Japan is picking, and it's hard to say what they're gonna pick, it's easy to see what they're not gonna pick, right?
Yeah, that's true. You can always do it for a lot of teams, actually. Yeah, Enigma, they could be, like, I don't think Japan has, like, that much under-favored for that map. They could save it for later when, like, their more comfortable picks are drained and they have to go for the harder picks.
Well, Enigma is gonna be picked by Germany, most likely.
More likely, yeah, I would agree. As if we get to that point, I think Germany has, like you said, there are safer picks for that as well.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna pick Enigma or Kakushigoto or everything will freeze. Completeness under incompleteness, the Camilla map on Free Mod 1. I think that's a possibility because this one is really hidden favorite. They're actually going everything will freeze.
Yeah, the speedier option. I think for Japan, this can be an interesting pick because like speedier maps tend to see more misses and more inconsistency from the players. So maybe they're gunning for that Germans' weakness in the line of defense to trying to see if they can sneak in the point here. which is a little bit like risky bet if they're not up for it. But I mean, Japanese players have their own specialty in stream, so never know. And the German players seems like they'll counter with Dasai's Kagami, Okinamo.
No,
and
I don't think Kagami is playing this one.
But he's saying here when the fourth player is still yet to be decided.
If Kagami is staying in this one, that's
Oh.
definitely gonna be a really good pick by the Japanese side.
Yeah.
Because that means Germany doesn't have a four-man lineup for this map. That's what it means to have Kagami in the roster lineup when you are on a speed pick. Rising is trying to connect. Rising
Yeah.
did see the Breaker map last year, the 250 BPM streaming one. So Rising is a monster when it comes to streams, absolute monster.
Yeah, I wouldn't give it to anyone else.
Yeah, but we need him in this lobby. That's the issue.
yeah.
He can't connect to Bancho.
But it does seem like Kagami is staying in, so maybe we're gonna get surprised. By
He's
his performance
only
a little bit.
staying in probably because Rising can't connect to Bancho. In
Wow.
no way
That
Kagami
is
should
not a-
ever be
that is
this
not a good
lobby
sign.
compared to Rising.
Ouch! But I mean, yeah, I can see where you're coming from, but still, like Kagami may want to prove force wrong here by doing exactly what we don't expect to see. I mean, we've seen Dust
I
has
mean,
going one up
they're
already.
trying. They're trying. You can see the chat. He can't connect to Bancho, but it is. They can't do anything. Like he can't connect to Bancho. What they're gonna do? Delay this match for an hour? It's not something they can
No.
do. They have to deal with
Yeah.
the counts they've gotten. And I think this is gonna be, because of the circumstances, a really good pick by Japanese players. Yeah, Dasta is not happy about this one.
Yeah, I don't know who has control over the 3 minutes, whether it's a team picking or like both teams do. But I think both teams should, because they're talking about roster switch. And actually, yeah,
This is literally like
Kagami is setting out.
losing your best player for this type of map. That's what missing Rising on this map is.
Yeah, and Pen, our in-house referee, is hurrying the players up. So if the German players don't get their fourth player into the house soon, we may just force a start here. I'm not quite sure how it works, to be honest, but I think we're gonna have to get started sooner or later, and sooner probably more likely than later.
Yeah, from what I know from the referees, they always give like a 3-minute countdown from when you start picking, and then when something has been picked, they also give you a bit of time to swap out, because you've gotta, deal with the swapping. And I think slowly but surely it's gonna take a little bit. They have a bit more time, but I'm not sure if time is what they need. I think they need a working internet connection or connection to Bancho. They're going for Umbra, yeah.
Alright.
So that's gonna be the last minute replacement for
Well,
Rising.
I think they just need a fourth player in there, to be honest. And like you said, Kagami probably is not the best option here. So going for Ombre is gonna be not the optimal, but what they can go with for now.
He's also not necessarily the speediest player, but he might be a bit better than Kagami. From what I've seen from Umbra at least. Like, he's definitely not a double turn player. Also, Hello Watch isn't gonna be in here. But even if he has seen a bunch of the stream maps in the past few rounds and got a bunch of good accuracies, this is not his type of map.
Yeah, no, I don't think Hello Watcher is. He's a more of the act player on the more standard maps, but I don't think this is the kind of maps he really can shine. This is after all a test of stamina and streams and
Alright.
speed.
Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about this. One is a free mod map, so you've got to pick mods.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the hardware coming in from Angel Arrow, but it is what it is. Something like the 2 hiddens on Sharon is something I would more expect on this type of map.
Yeah, actually, Angel Arrow missing the entire first segmented stream. That, well, I mean, it's only the first stream, so players may take time to get ready, and it seems like he is actually readjusted fairly well. So we'll see about his performance later. And this map, yeah, like we said, it's just stamina, stream, the two biggest factors to consider here. And everything else will freeze if you manage to just go through with the combos. It seems like we have early miss coming in already. Yeah, the modded players for the German side have all missed.
You can see Umbra struggling a bit with the accuracy, which is understandable. Like, instead of him, Rising would have played, and it's just the way it is. Umbra is gonna try his best to get a few points in there to maybe hope that the Japanese players are gonna miss more often than not.
Yeah, well, accuracy-wise, aside from Dust Size, the German roster is looking fairly bleak. Whereas the Japanese side, although Angel Arrow is lacking a bit on accuracy, but he's on Hard Rock, so it's more permissible. And there goes the complete tanking on the stream. Well, I'm really not supposed to be talking about players today, am I?
I mean, Dustless is still of seeing, which...
Well, Dust is just going to do what Dust does, and I think, yeah, well, him being on Nomad rather than Hard Rock is already a sign that, you know, they're going for the safer, like, the more consistent player going for Nomad kind of strategy. For Japanese players, like, I think they got more comfortable player picks for this one, and actually they are giving the lead to Germany now. Well, the miss from Ombre could be big, but that's not the miss they're looking for. Ombre is not really the big hardcore carry right now. Still though, the score is very close. It's not going anywhere yet. We have about a third of the map remaining, so the streams have yet to come in. The harder streams are only starting to pick up now.
It's good timing by Okinamo and Knali to get a bit more combo in.
Yeah, did Knali miss before the... No, okay, it's just me. Never mind. Yeah, actually both Dustsize and Knali have recovered considerably. Vivaldi and Delis are being offset by both of them. And actually the lead is in favor of Germany as a result of that. Okinamo, there, like you mentioned, 1k plus combo, and there goes the combo. But I don't think that's going to change much, as we do see that the Japanese players are still struggling a little to keep up as well.
Yeah, I think it's time to start talking about Vivaldi and then Shirazaka Komi, because those combos are looking really juicy right now.
Wow!
No, but you see Umbra and Angel Arrow. Angel Arrow is pretty much the textbook sacrificial lamp in the situation. I don't think Dallas wants to mod this one, and Vivaldi either. So Angel Arrow had to deal with the hard rock there. That's pretty much it. And Umbra is, in this case, Germany's sacrificial lamb, but for the wrong reasons. Like, he wasn't supposed to be sacrificed.
Well, then again, you know, you have to take one for the team sometimes for the greater good, right? And in this case, the greater good is to actually get the matchup going which way. The second, is that a group miss? Oh wait, no, it's just a client lag. But did Dust Size miss there? I'm actually not sure.
He missed, but Shirazaka Komi died maybe, and Umbra did too.
How would that affect the score? I'm not sure, but we'll see how the clients catch up and what
the MP link says no one died. It's fine. Nobody died.
I believe that would be a German point then,
it's
because
a German point, yeah.
Wow. Okay, so that actually went very differently.
Despite missing Rising, who's a beast on this type of map. Like, definitely gonna be something around a Dustis level performance or just a Knali level performance. Just getting a 1.4k combo, solid performance. That would be Rising.
Vivaldi and there definitely did his team a huge favor with that full combo. I mean, he's got the highest accuracy too, so not one to be, you know, taken light of for sure.
Yeah, but this is the reason why I was actually saying this map is not a good idea for Japan. I mean,
well, it's a bet. I can only say it that way. It's a bet.
It was a really bad bet you're taking there. I think there's definitely other bets where you might have a bit of a better chance. But Germany losing with like a solid player missing from the roster on that map, still winning by a little bit with a bit of a lead.
Yeah.
I mean that's pretty good. I can't really complain here. But I would complain about Japan's choices here.
Yeah, well, it takes one to know, get to know the team they're playing before they can start to really form a strategy on the spot, right? So let's give Japan the benefit of doubt for now, because it's only the first 2 points and they have a chance to regain it later. And for the third map, actually, it's going to be a song that I believe the OS community is not very alien of. It's going to be Airman 1009, Can't Defeat Airman. Oh, this is a spicy one for this pool. It's not the one we so infamously known, but this is a newer one from Sotarx's map set. But yeah, it's for this time it's going to be a hard rock pick, and let's see how the teams are going to adjust to it.
All right, yeah, this one as the original lemon is gonna be a bunch of jumps. Yeah, that's the name of the game. It's a bunch of hard rock jumps, and that's why Kagami and Hello are going back in. Dastas, Umbra being in here. This is pretty solid lineup for this type of map for Germany. On the Japanese side, we also shouldn't forget a lot of these players when it comes to just hard rock in general.
Yeah, and I will say that, Chad, I did say it's map set by Soul Tarks. It's Mirror's Extra. That's being written on there. I believe I will, give me a break here.
Yeah, it's Mirror's difficulty. It's Mirror's guess difficulty. Soltak's map set, but he didn't really have a hand in this one.
Very standard CS 5.2, AR10, OD10, the kind of parameters you'd expect if you played Hard Rock enough times. And for this one, it's going to be basically just jumps and segmented streams. That's all there is, to be honest. But it's the test of consistency on this kind of sudden jump bursts on these first sections. Oh, back and forth. I love how this map is getting introduced to the Blue Dragon version.
Yeah, there's a few parts here and there, but it definitely does try its own map. It doesn't try too much to copy a few of the patterns of the old one, but it tries to be inspired and give you a few hints here and there, and then those standard Mir things.
Yeah, we have actually, after the first round of exchanges of blows, only Dust-Ice and Shasakako may remaining for full combos. Their team will now be the ones to shine the spotlight on, because those two are likely going to hold, and it's up to the players, the other 6 players, to recover and give their team a necessary push. So far the lead is in favor of Germany, and it seems like the players will hold through onto the second chorus section.
Yeah. Next to just Dastas and Shirasaki currently battling it out, Germany in general has a huge accuracy advantage, and that gives them, I think, the 100,000 points. They're currently the lead. Well, as I say that, Kagami is gonna lose a bit of combo and accuracy, but there we go. Shirasaki Komi did miss. This huge combo is gone.
Yeah, leaving Dust-Ice the only one with a full combo, and in the driving seat, he is just gonna take over and run with it. The score lead is going to be his to keep, and there's nothing Japan can really do about it. Until he misses. And look at across the board, Vento and Angel Arrow only wants to recover, but Hollow Watcher is already 600 plus. Well, then again, like he plus Dust-Ice they won't widen the gap, but either one missing could still change how the match will go. We'll have to see. Oh,
there are
one
two
miss
small
coming in.
combos coming up, Vento and Angel Arrow, but yeah. Well, never mind, Angel Arrow, no. That's a big no-no. Hello Watch also missed again, but Dustas is still holding strong, and that's gonna make the huge difference here. Just getting those 800,000 points for now, and rising.
Yeah, Japan just completely got pushed over for this map. I mean, it's not really unexpected. This is German's pick after all. So Dust-Ice coming here, getting a full combo, very, very expected and impressive at the same time.
Oh wait, that's actually a fail by... Is it a fail by Kagami? He just missed the entire stream.
Yeah, but that's not going to matter, because actually, even with his fail, Japan still cannot reclaim enough points there. That's 200,000 points going in favor of Dust-Ice. Of Germany for score difference. Wow! So you guys see it's a 3v4, and Japan pulled it off.
I mean, Dust-Ice pretty much with 1 million points was able to take up soak up the scores of two people on the Japanese side. So in essence, it just takes Umbra and Hello Watcher. But if you look at Hello Watcher, he's better than any member of Japan, and Umbra is a little bit behind. But together, they actually beat out 2 of the other members of Japan, and that's why they win. Even despite Kagami failing, which it happens. But I didn't expect it from Kagami, who's the hard rock guy. It's the hard rock aim guy on the German roster. but he failed on the stream, so I'll give him that, right? I'll give him that.
Kagami saying, "Good luck. I was born in the same country as Dust." I am as confused as Shirasaka Kome is at that statement. I'm not quite sure what he's trying to convey, but yeah, let's go with that. and next pick is already been picked. Japan wasting no time at all. They want to get us going as soon as we can. It's gonna be Sha by our featured artist Sakura Burst.
That's a map I like a lot more as a pick than Everything with Freeze. Everything with Freeze had like a sacrificial lamp introduced to it and underestimated Germany perhaps on just speed picks. Maybe they tried something similar as Canada, where you just pick some of the best picks for the enemy team when they don't expect it. I don't know. But this one I think is more in line of what Germany is not that good at. And this one, Handsome Map. Handsome Maps usually are really spicy and quite the experimentations. This one is really small circles and technical mapping. You've got to care for those sliders and care for the patterns and the jumps from a circle to the slider afterwards.
Handsome is not a mapper known for his leniency when it comes to delivering hard patterns to the players. And this is a map that really exemplifies his style, which is to say that it's just really relentless throughout the way. And there's really no hard section per se, because this entire map is a giant hard section of its own. The difficulty is very consistent throughout the way. So the question is, can you hold the consistency throughout the entire duration of the map? Which is, easier said than it is done. You think, oh, no hard section, sure, I'll just, follow along with the map. But no, the patterns will throw you off when you are least expecting them to. So let's take a look at how the players will adjust to it. Japan's pick for this map is going to be Sha no mod.
This one is actually mapped by Handsome and the mapper skills and is a featured artist. So we've got two birds with one stone.
Yeah, for those who are not aware of what featured artists are, we have a lot of very talented artists being featured for O's. They are listed on our website, so do check it out after this match.
And a good way to get more featured artists is by buying a bunch of profile banners to support a team of your liking in the OWC. And if you win and if you predict the winners, you get to keep the profile badge for a few more months. It's gonna look great, trust me. Also, you can subscribe to the Twitch channel to go full sellout, so you can buy Peppy. You can literally buy Peppy and build him. Think about the possibility.
Yeah, it says the good luck will come to those who successfully build a Peppy out of the emoticons. But back to the match itself right now. Japan is taking a slight lead over that early section. This map is fairly long though, so still a lot of maps to go. But Germany actually breaking 2 combos already to Japan's only 1 Rebellion.
Oh yeah.
So,
I mean, when we're seeing the dollar signs, they're seeing the misses, which is understandable on this map. Because, a bunch of misses all around. I like the pick by Japan.
Yeah, actually, with that being said just now, we cursed every single one of the Japanese players except for Vivalion. Him and Hello Watch are the only 2 to hold the combos.
And I think I should stop just mentioning the Japanese players. The German players didn't lend me that much money over PayPal to curse them.
That's too late. You did more than your job sphere. I think you should ask for a follow-up payment from the German players.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask for a commission.
That says we'll have to break and end his full combo streak for now. Hollow Watcher, seeing the scoreboard, was probably not expecting that. He is right now carrying his team behind his back. The pressure is on. Can he hold it? And the Japanese players will have to answer to that. The Hollow Watcher consistency. Will it be his turn to shine, or will it be his break to encounter?
The issue for Germany is it's all on Hello Watcher right now. If he misses, Japan is gonna take this one because they just have really good accuracy. Well, they're not gonna take it if they keep on missing, obviously. They will have to do something about it.
But Hollow Watcher is still not yet approaching that point of no return with the combos yet, so he has to hold on for a tad bit longer, and he's actually doing just that. Oh, this actually be handled very perfectly by him.
And we're getting into part 2.
Yeah, this final section doesn't see any sort of difficulty spike, but it won't be the final test of a player's nerves, as we do see more players dropping left and right. Hollow Watcher put on his carrying boots, and there it goes.
Alright, $5 for Evrian from the Japanese side.
I'll take that in the form of also gacha gacha payments also by the way, Japanese players. Back to the match itself. Yeah, so with that miss coming in, so like we did predict, Japanese players with 3 recovered combos will take back the lead very, very easily. And barring any unforeseen circumstances, they will take this map as well. There's only so little of a map left. There's still really a fail potential like the previous map. So I'm gonna guess this is
where we saw 4 people or something miss at the end of the map, where you don't really expect it. You don't expect it at this point to miss. We saw a miss from Okinawa, but in essence, it seems to be safely to say Japanese side is win. Good pick by them.
Yeah.
They just had a more solid accuracy. It's just the type of map Germany is not that good at, and that's what you have to abuse.
Yeah, OWC is very much about this. Study your opponents. Like Sun Tzu mentioning his art of war. You know, we have to beat the opponents. You have to know your opponents. If you do, and yourself as well. So if you go into the battle without knowing either your opponents or yourself, you'll only come out as a loser. And Japan will now have to study their opponents in depth. They did get this first point of the match very much needed. So can Germany retaliate, or will Japan be able to see more weaknesses in the German line of defense to further capitalize? That is going to be the question for the next section of this match.
Looking at the picks, I think the Japanese side has left. It's looking bad for them, to be fair.
Well, the German players have a different issue to worry about. They are still missing Rising, who is supposed to be a star player.
Yeah, it was star playing on some of those really tough, faster maps. Like, I think Germany's gonna pull off on picking DT for now. I think they're mostly going for other things, which is more in their comfort. Cygnus might be a possibility. Enigma is a possibility. I think Platinum is a toss-up in the air.
Yeah, I don't think the teams will be willing to go for Platinum until both are 5 to 6-ish when they have to pick that map. I mean, it is mapped by Lulucci, so it could be a Japanese pick.
Yeah, Dasa is going for the Cygnus pick, the Hard Rock 3 map. That's the circle size 6.5 map, which in contrast to Airman, which was circle size 5.2, and actually Sha I think was 5.5. This one is even smaller, because the higher the circle size, the smaller the nodes get. And this one's all about the small circles, and it's Hard Rock. I hope Kagami's not gonna fail on the last stream again. That would be really unfortunate.
Wow.
I don't want to jinx him, but I believe in him at least.
And here we are, I am questioning whether forces receive payments from more than one side.
Yeah, it would be unfortunate, you know, you just gotta have to take advantage of the situation, right?
Yeah, you know, make a few quick buck, nobody ever finds out, right?
You know, I've gotta feed myself somehow.
Yeah, it seems like the German players are struggling with their internet connection, so let's hope that they can make it through. I mean, it really sucks when you have to miss a match because your internet provider just doesn't seem to be on the mood on the day. And the Japanese players will be bringing in... wait, did anyone switch out? I don't think so.
Dust Eyes Hello Watcher...
No, the Japanese players, I don't think they switched out, but we'll see.
I think the Japanese... The thing with this current match dynamic is the Japanese players are probably gonna swap out 1 or 2 people, while the German side has a lot more choices or a lot more room to go for. They can, for some picks, they might even swap out 3 people. They're not gonna swap out Dust Eyes because they just don't have a replacement for him, understandably so. But they do have a lot of replacements for the other ones. So.
Yeah, Dust Eyes is a jack of all trades, so I don't blame Germany for leaving him in for the entire duration of the match.
Alright, things are loading.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah, this
Apologies for the buggy client. I'm still getting used to that.
Circle size 6.5, you see the small circles. It's a bit bigger, I believe, than you'd see in your local clients. Mostly because the clients are so small, we don't want you to just see a pixelated mess. And yeah, a lot of early misses on the German side.
Well, early misses are only early misses, but this map is very short.
Yeah, but there's no FC left on the German side, that's the issue.
Wow! Oh. Well, that completely went out the window. Kind of unexpected too, but then again, well, Hard Rock Maps, hashtag Hard Rock Maps, right?
Yeah, the execution just is not there for the German side right now.
We do see more misses coming from the Japanese players too, so there's still a chance for the Germans to come back. Then again, the timing window is closing up, and we do see that Dallas and Angel Arrow will take over the lead. There's no one really to answer them except for Dust and Hollow Watch, and there are a few hundred combos behind. This map is very, very punishing for the early misses, it seems like. Is there any fail potential? I forgot.
There's a bit of fail potential if you completely mess the last stream up.
Yeah, Kagami will likely have to answer to you when he does.
Well, Angel Arrow Dallas has to answer if Germany wants to take this one.
Oh, and here come the streams.
Oh,
wait, is that a fail? We'll have to refer to the MP link, but we'll have to see.
The MP link does say that Dallas failed.
Ouch!
And that Germany wins by 300,000 points.
So yeah, oh wow, that was so unfortunate too. I mean, yeah, like this is one example where failing does make a difference, unlike the earlier fail. So yikes to Dallas, but
yeah, sorry for dropping the F-bomb, the fail bomb. Dallas did fail, unfortunately.
Yeah, so per tournament regulation, we do have to disqualify his score for the map. So that's unfortunate, but he still has, a couple more maps to play before we call it off for him. So there will be chance for Dallas to redeem himself.
I mean, but this was Germany's pick. This was something they would have expected to perform well on, but they just, as a team, I mean, I'm gonna give it to them. Germany really was playing as a team right there. Everyone just kept on missing. No one thought I'm gonna not follow the team's lead. I'm gonna actually get a combo. No, everyone was on the same page of missing. That's one thing I liked about that performance from Germany. But banking on Dallas to failing someone on the Japanese side to win, that's a scary strategy. But I just think the execution wasn't there.
You are ruthless today against the German players.
You told me, you said it before. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. They just wanted to hone their team play.
I don't suppose this is the way we give them, but sure. I mean, yeah, team play definitely is very impressive, like important, like you said. But the team play we're referring to here is more like you have to back your team up when they are not doing it, like Hollow Watcher was doing the earlier map for Sha.
Alright, but the next map has been picked by the Japanese players. This one's a TT pick, the second TT pick. You can see it at the bottom. Not too fast, not too slow. If you want to pronounce the name, I'll give you the go-ahead, Efrian.
Oh, there's the title. Okay, there we go. Zoka de Alo Toshitamono. Not quite sure what that means, but there you go. There's a challenge. Yeah.
Alright, and do you know about this map, Efrian? Do you want to talk about this map? Because I feel like I should stop talking.
I mean,
at the last few matches.
You are among the map pro selectors, so I'll always be very happy to give you the spotlight.
I'll talk about the map, but not the players. It's your job for now.
Okay.
I didn't get that much as payment. Alright, so this one is the mid BPM pick. You can see it's approaching 10.1, so it's a bit above 10. And it focuses more on just a lot of bursts. You do have a lot of bursts, and do need the stamina for this type of map.
However, a little bit of desync from the Nally, that's what was holding us back, but it seems like he is playing just fine now, so we'll take his lagging into account and say that his score is a bit behind. But still, on the match itself right now, it seems like Japan will be taking the lead at this point, which will have a client refresh and be right back.
Wait,
and that's not the case anymore.
All the Japanese players just missed while we were refreshing the client?
What was going on?
Alright,
what?
That was a complete 180. Dust and Okinawa just keeping their combo right now, and it looks so good for the Japanese players, but then the tourney client. Okay, this is not my fault now. That's complete the tourney client, which cursed all of the Japanese players.
Yeah, well, let's see if the Japan turn this from 180 to 360, but it doesn't seem like it was so little of a map left. Dust is just running away with the score here. Look at the 99.7% accuracy too. Like, this is not
Look at it, they can afford Canali or Blue Sky to even fail and it doesn't matter.
Wow. I mean, yeah, like we said, team play. This is teamwork right here. When your team does perform well, you want to keep up to it, not breaking apart and falling behind. But still, for this pick, Japan really was not up for it, I suppose, because I don't think this is the kind of result they were intending on.
Maybe they were banking on Rising still missing to take advantage of that. Otherwise, I probably would go for the Uruchi map in Nomad, the technical one.
Probably.
But
I mean, we're already at that point where the easier maps were, well, I mean, the more comfortable maps for the teams
Yeah.
are drained out. So it's time for the teams to go into their less comfortable zone.
I mean, DT is always a questionable thing to pick against Germany. I see the reason behind it this time around. Japanese players did try.
I mean, they do seem to have a plan coming into that, and they have practiced that map. But the thing is, Sunset was just so much more consistent than they were expecting.
I actually think something like an older approach to DT, like the Atoguro map, the first DT map, is more of it might be a better choice, but the Japanese players might not have the speed necessarily for it. Looking at everything will freeze, we did have 3 decent players, like one really good one, Mavelian, and the other 2 lagging a little bit behind, and then there's Angel Arrow who just was there to be there.
They're going actually for Enigma now. Like we said, the maps that are less likely to be picked are now being picked. Both teams have drained the more comfortable picks now.
To be fair, I said this one, like when we're trying to predict the Japanese players' picks, this one was definitely up there next to Everything Will Freeze of just not being a good pick for the Japanese player side. Because there's a bunch of things they can pick, but there's a lot of things they should not pick. And this is one of them. But, you know, Germany's picking this one, so it's completely fine. Germany sees what they're good at. It's gonna get their standard lineup, they're gonna get Halawachi in their Dust Eyes. Umbra is alright on there too, Okinawa as well. Okinawa is actually, you know, looking at the last map, he played phenomenally. Also got 1 million points on the DT pick. Also has been playing a lot of the maps for now. He's definitely one of the more up-and-coming German players.
Yeah, something to note for this map is that this is CS5 actually, so it's a smaller circle size than your average maps, which is CS4 usually.
Yeah, also, yeah, this is CS5, circle size 5, a bit lower or smaller circles, but the 1/3 nodes you can see right now, that's the issue on this map next to just having tough streams. And you see a bunch of misses already.
Those triplets are very spaced and they can catch a player off guard, like you just saw with Bento and Hollow Watcher.
It's awkward in the sense that usually I used to having those 1/3 nodes or just those dream jumps kind of on
space
groups of 4.
The space streams have claimed more lives, and Dustheads and Vivaldi are only 2 to remain from that section. Oh, how brutal was that?
But Hello Watcher's up there. He's there to back.
Oh, he is there. Yeah, you're right. I completely missed him. I only assumed he missed because I just saw like red flashing across the board from the
misses. You see a stream map. You look at Hello Watcher on the German side.
Oh, that is true. But you look at Dustheads, who is as impressive right now as well with the full combos.
Oh,
still?
Everyone, I believe, missed there except for Dallas. The only one with the 300 combo right now. 140,000 points of difference. I don't think he alone can make the difference. It's gotta be a team effort right here, but Dallas is definitely gonna make it easy to come back.
Yeah, but Vivaldi has a pretty good accuracy, so I'm gonna assume that he has practiced his map and he can summon up his carry back if there's enough map left.
I mean, there's a long stream at the end as well, and who knows, maybe someone might fail again.
Could be, but for now it seems like Germany has a very sensible lead, and a fail won't be the thing we'll have to look for.
And the last stream is coming in. No one's gonna die. Just a lot of 100 from the Japanese side.
Yeah, accuracy tanks, but nothing out of the ordinary to screw up the players otherwise. And Germany will take this one as well, making it their...
Another point.
Another point. I was gonna say match point.
I mean, yeah, the match point.
Yeah, so it's incredible, looking increasingly like it's gonna be Japan's. That's it for Japan. I mean, this is losers bracket, so whoever loses here today we'll be saying goodbye to OWC 2018 and better luck next year. So Japan is looking like on its lifeline now. Like Germany is not going easy on Japan. Like they have taken a beating from Japan in the round of 16 in the first round of eliminations, and now they're repaying the favor from back then, just 200% right back at Japan.
Yeah, in the earlier round. Oh well, let's just get into the pick for a second. I think Platinum is one thing the Japanese players should consider. Other than that, maybe Oka Enbu. German players are not extremely good at alternating. It's not one of their strengths. It's one of the more contested picks, I believe. So I'd love to see Oka Enbu, Platinum, or the completeness and the incompleteness on Fremont.
But if Japan really were like just forced back into a corner, you know what map I'm thinking? Utsukushi Kodoku. That map seems to be.
See. Yeah, I can see it.
Like that map is definitely a chance for Japan to make a surprise counter attack and get a quick point. But they're going for actually the third double time pick, Romantic Fall.
All right, Rising still missing, I believe.
Yeah, counting on Rice not being able to make it in here this time, and hopefully his absence will count in this time. But yeah, like Japan is looking like they're going in with a double time pick, trying to surprise Germany with, well, not really surprise, but more like just attack Germany with a speedy pick.
It's not that horrible of a pick.
I mean, if you look at Japan's earlier pick, I mean, the everything will freeze, the other double time pick, and now this one. There's definitely, they're trying to gun for the speed weakness on the German side, but so far that weakness is being very firmly defended by Dust and Hollow Watch too. So I'm not.
Hello Watcher not at all on the speed picks. More like Dust Ice, Okinamo, and
yeah, sorry, I mean Okinamo.
Potentially Rising if he's here. But Vavelion is the only one I've seen some really good performances out of the entire speed picks. This one. It is speedy, but I feel like it's more about the approach to 10.3 reading and just the jumps and the patterns in the map. You don't need an extreme amount of speed to play this one.
But AR 10.3 will test a different aspect of a speedy map, and that is consistency and your ability to react.
Yeah, 4 minutes of this.
Yeah, not to mention, 4 minutes is no slouch, certainly, and the players will be tested on their nerves too. So let's see if Japan can handle this.
Right. Well, we got the beginnings of the map out of the way. We do have to look at this in context. Japan beat Germany 6-3 in the round of 16, and now having the rematch, and Germany's looking really strong. Definitely shows you the dynamic and maybe the scaling limit of Japan. You know, some teams where you think, oh, that's unfortunate they dropped out, like group stage France did or Poland did. They have really good scaling teams, but they just didn't perform on the other pools, and that's why they didn't get this far. Japan performed really well on the other pools. But I think this might be the limit they're really hitting here.
Yeah, there comes a hard barrier when the teams hit with the skill level. So this could be Japan's end of the line here, whereas the better team in terms of the raw skill, in this case Germany here, very apparently will be able to advance further because they can just play those maps that the other team can't.
Alright, that's a miss by Hell Watcher. And Okinamo coming in also hot on the Japanese side is Ancient Arrow. And Dallas.
Dallas has still hold 99.7% accuracy, and with that high of accuracy, you can tell that this is not a map that can throw him off. This is the kind of map that he can play very comfortably and much in his comfort range. So yeah. The only thing that he can miss on is will be like just slight carelessness. But right now, he is carrying his team behind his back with Blue Sky right now. That is very, very impressive.
Yeah, this pick just depends on the execution of Japan. And apparently, and you can see, it is a really tough map. It's hard to properly execute as a 4-man liner on this one, get a quarter C. It's not something you need necessarily against Germany, but Germany just has a lot more tools for these type of maps. And that's why they are just taking advantage of it and just going ham right now. There's still a possibility if Dust Ice misses and the entirety of Japan just keeps on comboing until the end.
That could happen, but I mean, that takes a little bit of counterfactual assumptions to go into that scenario.
Yeah, you don't like currently Germany's in the driver's seat. If they lose combo, they have a chance to lose this one. If they keep their combos, they are 100% favorite to win this one. They're in the driver's seat. And you never want to believe and trust the enemy team to miss, but then Dasta is missed.
Is there enough room to come back? I mean, if Japanese players hold, there could be enough time to come back right now. But for that section, no. So that was an arrow breaking. That's not ideal. That's not what we're looking for. But Hollow Watcher and Okinamo will take over Dasta's spot and carry their teams behind their back now. And I do not think that's going to be anything to change for the remainder of the map, as we do see that the lead is still very well safely guarded by those German players.
Japan, and it's not gonna change.
Yeah, Japan cannot reclaim the lead. Benki and Vivalion playing to their heart's content, but simply could not get enough combos behind their scores to back it up. Wow.
And we're closing in into the last notes, and that's it for Japan, I believe, for this year.
Yeah. Well, it's been a good run for Japan for sure, though. Nonetheless, like even though they went out quite devastatingly by the German players, I mean, they had a very good run this year. Before, since 2014, they've had kind of like a slump that they just didn't seem to recover out of. But this year, they've really made a show for themselves, showing that, you know, we're still in this. We're still a formidable force, just waiting to be awakened again in OS. And we will come back again and again to prove ourselves. So with GG well played said by the players, we will now wave goodbye to the Japanese players. But first, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking this Japanese team will be back next year and they'll be stronger than ever. And once again to surprise us with more amazing performances.
Yeah, the Japanese players definitely showed up. They did have a bit of a drop for the last few years after Ruchi was missing. But they came back phenomenally. I mean, they almost got top 4. They were just one match away from it.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You meet Germany, and you just get bested on most of the maps, and that's just the way it is. Germany is a team in this case where it just scales a little bit better. They're also gonna hit their scaling limit soon, I think, either this pool or the Grand Force pool. But Germany against Russia now. So Germany won the rematch. Japan won the first match, and now Germany won the rematch. Russia also lost the first match against Canada and won the rematch. And now Russia and Germany are gonna meet.
Yeah, so the question is who's gonna be the better team now? And that match, the answer to that question will be decided in the match to come 3 hours from now. So, so 3 hours from now, Germany will be playing Russian Federation on this stream. So, Kat, if you're curious to find out what's the outcome of that match, do not go away and be sure to return in 3 hours, and we'll see you right here, actually. I believe that's it for this hour, right, Force?
Yeah, looking at it, yep, exactly 3 hours to go for this one. As you can see currently on the screen, the grades, actually they've already got removed. There are 2 grayed out matches, which is Russia against Germany and Russia against Japan. That's the conditional matches. The Russia versus Germany match is the one which is gonna happen. And that's gonna happen exactly, well, a little bit under 3 hours from now. So for now, we'll say goodbye and enjoy the rest of your day until the next match. Because we'd love to see you guys again, to see the explosive match of Russia versus Germany.
Oh, it's gonna be a great match, I'm sure of it. Alright, so that's it from now. This is Everyone, I'm signing out.
And this is Force, I'm also signing out. Thanks for watching.
I'll see you guys around.